anyway. He knows exactly how to read a game. And I think he's one of those players, as we saw in the Euros, where he imprints himself on the game. It all revolves around him. So, yeah, I mean, I think he's a fantastic footballer.
Yeah, so I think West Ham might have an asset on their hands there if they
Yeah,
do
Yeah.
a big
succeed.
one, a big asset they've got there.
They do succeed with the bid. Right. So the next one is Chelsea recall star from France Olympic squad ahead of potential transfer. And this guy in question here is called Leslie Ugochukwu.
Ugochukwu.
Yeah. So Leslie Ugochukwu. What do we know about this guy?
All right. Leslie Ugochukwu was acquired last season from France.
Right.
And this is what I've said about Chelsea buying them cheap and selling hard. They must have bought him about 15, 18 million pounds or euros. And now they've recalled him. And the fact that they've recalled him tells you something. It says volume. They probably got somebody who's buying him for 25, 30 million and they're shipping him out. That's 50 million pound profit in 1 year. So this is what I'm saying about, Chelsea. I think this team that wants to buy him. I think it's Everton or Aston Villa, one of the two. I think he's a replacement for Onana, where Onana has left. The vacuum Onana has left. I think he's falling into that. He's filling that gap up. It must be Aston Villa or Everton wanting to buy him. I think is that Onana's gap is filling up. He's a good player. He's a good player. He's strong. He's tall, and he's fast as well. So he's a good player. So
Right.
Chelsea making profit there.
Trevor, what do we know about this guy?
Pretty much nothing. No, I've got nothing to add to that. I'm sure I agree with everything Femi has said there, but no, I don't. I don't have any insight onto that player at all.
No,
Sorry about that.
no, that's fine. So the next one is Manchester United respond to Paris Saint-Germain demand after agreeing Manuel Ugarte deal. And what do we know about this guy, Manuel Ugarte? Do we know anything
Don't
about?
really know much about him, but I think I've read something about United and Paris Saint-Germain tussle and buying him and stuff like that. Don't
Yeah,
really know much about him. Don't know much about him.
right. What about Frankie de Jong? Frankie de Jong to United
Good player, Frankie De Jong. Good player. Is he
from
right
Barcelona?
now? Frankie De Jong is in Barcelona, isn't he?
Barcelona,
He's a
yeah.
Barcelona player. Yeah, I think United has always wanted to get him about 2, 3 seasons back. But I think Barcelona was a lot quicker then and they got him. But since he's been in Barcelona, he's not really been spectacular. But before Barcelona got him, he was in Ajax and he was doing fantastically well. But I don't know. If United feels they need him, well, why not go and get? He's a decent player. He's a decent player.
Well, his
Can
wage,
be better.
yeah. Well, his wages is believed to be around £600,000 a week.
That's why Barcelona is broke, isn't it?
Is it is
Yeah,
it
They just
absolutely.
they pay a
that?
ridiculous amount of money. That's
Yeah,
why they're broke. And that's why they want to sell him now because just like Chelsea is doing, trying to cap and bring down the weekly salary of players, Barcelona is doing the same thing. They're shipping players who are costing them a fortune. They're shipping them out. I
right.
hear Rafinha might be going. If you look at that boy that plays for France, what's his name now? Ousmane Dembele.
Right.
He's been shipped out as well. I think he's gone to what team now? I think he's left Barcelona anyway. I think he's gone to Paris Saint-Germain. Yeah, he's gone to Paris. And those are the players that are, you know, costing them a
Mm.
lot of money. The salary is too much. And they know, but when And they know, but when last did Barcelona ever win the La Liga or won the Champions League? And they keep spending and spending. This is where you get your money from. And most of these players don't even bring in a lot of what is it called now?
Value.
Not value as in endorsement. They don't really command a lot of endorsement. You remember when Drogba came to United, they bought him for 89 million or something like that. That season alone, within the space of 3 months, sales on shirt of Drogba alone brought that money back. But these other players in Barcelona and the rest like that, they are not commanding a lot of adverts, and they're not bringing enough money. That's why Barcelona is shipping them now. You hear every time Barcelona is broke, they're broke. They want to get this player. They cannot. They have to sell one before they get another.
All right.
So that's why they get rid of all those players so that they can bring their salary cap down and be able to do something.
Yeah. Well, I hope they are able to get somewhere with their finances. I don't particularly like Barcelona anyway. I prefer.
They're too good.
I think since the time Messi left and a few of their, golden generation of Barcelona players started going, the new crop of players they're bringing in now are not up to that level. And that's why they are not winning trophy. Because we all know Barcelona and Real Madrid used to be on the same level. Look at Real Madrid now. Look at how much they paid for Mbappe. Look at how much they paid for Jude Bellingham. Look at how much they paid for another player they bought recently, that young Brazilian boy. Barcelona used to be in the same league, on the same level, but now Madrid is there, Barcelona is here.
Yeah.
It says a lot.
All right, just briefly into women's football, because we're running out of time. Lucy Bronze. Does anyone know is there any news about her since the last time we spoke about her?
No, not really.
No, not really.
She's come back, hasn't she? She has come back.
Is she definitely come back? Because there was talks about her coming back. But I never really saw anything further about.
She's gone back to Man City, isn't she?
Oh shit!
Is it Man City? Is it Man City? I thought Lucy Bronze was gone back to Chelsea, isn't it? From Barcelona, isn't it?
It could be. Yeah, maybe it was. Well, she used to be at Man City, I think. But yeah, no, you're probably right.
She used to be at Man City, then she went to Barcelona, and then she's back in Chelsea now.
Chelsea,
yeah.
So
that's right.
We don't know if it's confirmed yet, or do we know if it's confirmed?
No, I don't know if it's confirmed.
I don't know if it's confirmed yet. Right. So Yamil Jamal, that little boy. It's no longer a little boy, but is worth 120 million euros. Is it too much? Is it what do we think is his realistic market value?
Well, if I just say, I think he's got all that potential quite clearly, and he was excellent, brilliant in the Euros, wasn't he? So in the football market as it is, you got to say probably he is worth that. I mean, there are players who you would put in that bracket of £100 million or euros, and if I were making a judgment on that, I would say, go for it. If they got the money, go for it.
What do you think?
I beg to disagree.
Yeah.
I beg to disagree.
Yeah.
Now, why I'm disagreeing is this: we've only known him for one season.
Yeah.
He's not done the same thing consistently for. If you look at Ronaldo came from the Portuguese team. He was on top of it. He went to United, 1, 2 seasons, 3 seasons on top of it. Madrid got him.
Right.
And he's been on top of it ever since. You've only know Jamal. He's a good player, don't get me wrong. His touches and everything, the way he moves, the way he plays his football, the way he thinks, and his age is a good player. But I want to see him for a second season, a third season. Now, if you tell me 120 million, I'll say, yeah. But right now, I'll say half of that. 60 million, fine.
60 million.
Yeah, 60 is what 60 million, because I've seen players that are bought for 60 million that have not done up to what he's done. Look at Cucurella is the defender. Cucurella is the defender. Cucurella was bought for 65 million by Chelsea.
Right. But that's
He's not done exceptionally well, but his average is decent.
Yeah.
It's decent. Considering the fact that Cucurella is a defender, Jamil Lawal is an attacker. He's an offensive player. He's going to get you goals. And football is all about getting goals. So if you say 60 million for him, I'll say fine. But I need to see him another season. And at three seasons, if he's that consistent for 3 seasons, if you say 120 million, I say, go for it.
Yeah. Do we know who he plays for now?
He plays for Barcelona.
Yeah, he does play for Barcelona, yeah. All right. So he's not worth 120 million, no?
To me, it might be worth 120 million to some other people. You know, we have different opinion about things. But to me, I'll say 60 million is fine for now. Considering the fact that he's just 16. All right, look at Pogba now. Where's Pogba today?
Yeah.
Pogba was about 90 million.
Yeah.
He got into his head. Yeah. He got into his head. He was driving limousine. He was partying and stuff like that. Things like that can affect somebody like Jamil Lawal. I'm not saying he's a kid like that, because I have a lot of respect for that boy. For the fact that he was playing in the Euros. After playing, he goes back to his hotel room and still studies for his GCSE or his A levels or whatever. I've got respect for him. But heads can turn.
Yeah.
And money is one of the things that make heads turn.
Yeah.
Except you have that self-discipline, which I believe is God, but money can still turn people's heads. Right. You don't hear what anybody says anymore. Your parents want to talk, you say, sit down, I feed you, I give you money. Sit down, I talk here. You know what I mean? But like I said, 60 million is honestly, to me, if I'm like a manager or like a scout, or 60 million is fine. Then let's see him for another 2 seasons. Then you can say 120 million. But if you look at it, what team is going to buy him for 120 million now? The likes of United can buy him.
Yeah.
Barcelona obviously cannot buy him because he plays for Barcelona right now. They can't afford him. They rather sell him. Yeah. Real Madrid, he will not go to Real Madrid.
Why not?
Because Real Madrid players, I think in the history of football that I know, only 3 players has ever gone from Real Madrid, or 2 players has ever gone from Barcelona straight to Real Madrid. They are enemies.
Right.
Figo did it. I know Figo did it, and one other player, I think Ronaldo, the Lima, that one. But I'm not sure it went straight, or I think he went to Inter, then from Inter, Real Madrid.
Right.
But
so
only 2 players have ever gone from Barcelona straight to Real Madrid.
Right. So this is all we have time for. It's it's been a brilliant. We've had a brilliant 2 shows today. Yeah. So Trevor, who did the last one?
I did, I think.
All right. So Trevor, do you want to do this conclusion?
Yeah, well done, boys. We've had a good discussion on various pre-season situations in football. It'll be interesting to pick this up again next week. I'm going to see Crystal Palace on Saturday play Crawley, which is where I live in West Sussex. Crawley are a League 2 side. So, yes, well, I hope you've enjoyed our show today. There'll be another one next week where we can pick up where we've left off. So anyway, I've been Trevor Gear, and this has been the Football Referee. And this has been...
And I am Emmy Hikins. Goodbye.
And I'm Femi Madariola.
So it's goodbye from all of us. Join us again next week for another interesting season of the Football Referee. Thank you.